Hey guys, I kind of wanted to do a video. I haven't done one in a little while. I've been kind of busy again. But I did want to do a video on intermittent fasting and keto or calorie counting. And so basically, what I do, like a lot of you know, is I do intermittent fasting. That's really all I do. And the reason that is all I do is because I utilize intermittent fasting to get my body and my mind on track together. And so intermittent fasting, and I know I have like weird lighting, intermittent fasting is more so to really get your mind and your body together, right together. And so once you start, I do 16-8. So once you start doing 16-8 or 24 or 18-6, whatever you decide to do, what you want to eventually do is you want to just start listening to your body and either eating one meal or 2 meals a day. Me, it just depends on what my body tells me. Sometimes I'll eat 2 meals, sometimes I'll eat one, but it's always just one big meal and then like something, smaller. So like for today, okay, I also want to say, listen to your body, okay? Some bodies, like mine, do not like milk. It doesn't matter if I have like a real cheese or something like that, dairy-wise, but milk, I feel bloated, I feel blah, I hate it. I can't do it. That's my body telling me, don't put that crap into me. Some people can't have bread. Some people can't have pastas. So just listen to your body. Now, once you get down to the nitty gritty, it'll be much easier to start listening to your body and not just because you're feeling bloated because you ate, because you're not in total IF or keto or whatever you're deciding to do. So that I do want to say right up front so I don't forget. Always listen to your body. So once you start feeling unbloated, once you start feeling natural, how you're supposed to be feeling, then you can really start listening to your body and really listen to when it's hungry. That is really what intermediate fasting is all about. You want to start eventually just listening to your body and really, really know when you're hungry. So like me, for instance, because I do 16-8s, my body is just completely regenerized basically when I'm supposed to start eating again. And so I know if I eat right before I go to work, I should be good until later on in the day. So my intermittent fasting starts about 5 or 6 the night before, and I will start eating at 9 or 10 the morning after. And so how I break my fast is with a protein shake. Some people can do it, some people can't. Never break your fast with a meal, because you're gonna end up hurting yourself. You're gonna end up feeling bloated, or you're gonna feel sick, or you're gonna feel crampy. It's just not worth it. Don't do it. I always start with a protein shake, and then maybe like an hour and a half afterwards, maybe I'm cooking or something like that. I can cook in between. Hour and a half afterwards is when I'll have my meal. And then I'll go ahead and go throughout the day, and then just whenever my body tells me I'm hungry again, I'll eat my last meal, and then I'll stop eating about 5 or 6. It's just easier for me. However, on the weekends, when I know I'm going to be eating later, what I do is sometimes you have to sacrifice a little bit more time so that you don't sacrifice pounds and feeling crappy afterwards. So like on the weekends, my intermittent fasting will start. Well, I'll still stop at 5 or 6 the night before to kick it in, but I will not start eating until probably 1:30 or 2:30 the next day. And then I'll go ahead and do my 16-8 from that. And then when I get into my work week again, I will stop eating probably about 7. And then I will still start eating about 9 or 10. Yes, I know that's less than my 16 hours. However, that's how I get back into my system. It's kind of like a semi-cheat time, but not really. It's just really me getting back into my fasting mode for the work week. And so it really just depends on how you want to do it. I do have a friend. She does 16-8, but she only does it 3 times a week. because her consistent is not intermittent fasting. Her consistent is keto. So she's always on keto. She just adds in intermittent fasting for better results, basically. Better and cleaner results, really. And so she'll do it 3 times a week. So if that's what I want to kind of talk about, is your consistent. My consistent is intermittent fasting. And so that is, I stay on that all week. That is my consistent. How I eat throughout the week is I try to eat as healthy as possible, but I also try to have my healthy fats in there and my protein in there, so that my body, because I've done it before where I was doing keto before and I had gone into intermittent fasting, and I didn't really know how to balance the two, and so I would end up feeling like I was literally going to pass out because I wasn't doing it right, because I wasn't eating enough. And so that is really huge too. If you're going to do this, then you need to do it correctly. I know that there's been all these fads like, oh, eat 15 times a day, just little meals or whatever to keep your metabolism going. You got to think about it like this. Back in the day, and I'm talking back in the day before they had McDonald's, before they had Subways, before they had Taco Bell, before they had everything on every single corner. I'm talking about when they would go hunt for their food and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm going way back, okay? I'm talking about way, way, way back. Do you think that they had snack packs when they were going ahead and hunting? Were they like, oh yeah, can you go ahead and hand me my snack pack over there? No, they didn't. Well, let's go ahead and go have some McDonald's before we go ahead and shoot this buffalo. No. No. They didn't have that kind of stuff back then. So get your mind back in the day. They would eat red meats, but they would eat lean meats as well. They would eat fruits and veggies and berries and nuts. I mean, yes, of course, we have all this other information now. We have all this other stuff that we need to keep up on and all that stuff. That's why I say that you need to do it as healthy as possible. Make sure that you are doing it as clean as possible so that you can get the best results. But you want to get the best results, but you want to be healthy. You don't want to fall out somewhere. You don't want to start feeling crappy and then you're like, oh, well, I feel way too bad being on this. I can't do it. I can't keep it up. That's not what I want either. I want to make sure that, you get what you need, what information you need, so that you stay on track, so that you feel good, so that you feel healthy. Not that in order to be this lifestyle change, you need to feel healthy about the lifestyle change. So just listen to your body. Now, in the beginning, when you're doing it, it's not necessarily going to be as easy as you think, of course, or as easy as it's going to end up being. The first week or two, you may feel lethargic, you may feel hungry, you may feel whatever, but I promise you, a week or two into it, you're gonna feel so much better. Your bloating is gonna be gone. That is huge, by the way. Bloating is a huge factor. That is why you feel so crappy, because you are bloated, because you're putting crap into your body that doesn't need to be there. Okay, just think about it like this. Like me, if I have a Starbucks, a frappe, I love them. There's nothing bad about that I can say bad about them, except for they make me bloated. They make me feel so bad. If I have some milk with cookies, it makes me feel so bad. If I have some milk, I'm not a big milk person anyways, but that's why I do use Starbucks as a thought process, because I love them, and I would drink one every day if I could, but I can't because now I've learned how to listen to my body. It doesn't like it. Can I have them once in a while? Yep. Am I going to necessarily feel bad, bloated, or anything like that having them once in a while? No, I'm not going to. But I cannot have them all the time. One, they're not good for you anyways, clearly. But two, it's the milk for me. It's the milk factor for me. I can't have it. So if you go and you have bread for the day, or you go and you have pasta for the day, and you are just like, oh, why did I eat that? I know I feel bad after that. Nah, stop eating it. Stop doing it. Why are you doing it? Yes, it's tasty. Yes, it's fantastic. But there's other recipes out there that are healthier that you can do, and it's not going to make you feel crappy. Now, when you get started in this, I highly recommend getting into an intermediate fasting group or a keto group or a low calories group, whatever you decide to do, because that's just going to help you, one, keep on track, And 2, they have recipes in there. They have thought processes in there. They have all this different kind of information in there that you can get that you can't, that a lot of people don't like to do research. I'm a research person. If I'm going to do something, I need to do it to a point, to a T. So that's how I learned all this stuff. But I did get into groups afterwards, and that just keeps me going, and that keeps my thought process like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have eaten that today. You're correct. Yeah, let's throw that out of my diet system. So basically, if you want to follow what I do is I do 16-8. I do basically 2 meals a day. I really don't snack in between. If I do, it's a healthier snack in between. I start, like I said, 5 or 6 at night. I start my fasting, and I don't start eating again until about 9 or 10. If you're going to change up your hours for the weekend, or if you have something coming up and you need to do it, you may have to sacrifice a couple more hours of fasting, but it's going to be worth it in the long run. Like if you have something coming up, like you have a dinner coming up and you're like, yeah, I really need to make sure that I can eat later that day. Or if you're going to go to a movie for a date night or something, I really need to make sure I can have some popcorn or whatever you're going to have at the movies. Just make sure that you are thinking properly. You still stop your fast when you normally do, but you just fast a little bit longer so you can go ahead and eat a little bit later. You can go ahead and eat at a different time, whatever works out for you. Yeah, it is a sacrifice. Yes, it could add in 4 more hours of fasting, but you're going to feel better about it in the long run, and you're not going to feel like you have a cheat day because you've already done enough fasting to cover up what's going on. Like I said, keep in mind when you do break your fast with something small, maybe like a handful of nuts or some eggs, or like I said, I do protein shakes. That's just easiest for me. I have a little fridge in my room where I keep them cold. I roll over, I go grab one out and I down one, and then I'm good for the day. About an hour and a half afterwards, I go ahead and eat my first meal. And then a few hours later, I'll go ahead and eat my last meal of the day. And I'm good. And honestly, I'm not someone that has a desk job. I am somebody that has a very physical job. And so if you think, oh, I'm too physical for the day, I can't really do that because blah, 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 whatever. I can tell you it's doable. You can do it. You just have to get into the groove. Now, if you just always have to have a consistent. So like I said, my consistent is intermediate fasting. I do try to watch what I eat. I'm not strict keto. I'm not strict calorie count. I'm not strict really anything else except for my intermediate fasting, because that's what works for me. And that's what works for my busy lifestyle. That's another thing is that if you can do keto, do keto. Throw some IF in there, maybe 2-3 times a week. You're just going to get better results. It's not going to hurt you. It just gets you better results. Maybe throw it in 2 times a week, do a 16-8. Okay. It's just helping you out. Stay on your keto. That's your consistent. Stay on your calorie count. That's your consistent. Make sure that you always have a consistent so you're not falling off. Like if, for example, if I did IF only 3 times a week, but the rest of the week I ate whatever I want, I don't have a consistent then. I don't have anything that's keeping my body in check while I kind of roll off something else. So just make sure that you have your consistent going on, and you're going to do fantastic. You're going to do awesome. You're not going to feel like you're overdoing anything. You're going to have something that's going to keep you going, and it's eventually going to become a lifestyle where it's just every day. This is just how I go. This is what it is. I'm always keto. I'm always calorie counting. I'm always intermediate fasting. I'm always doing something so my body knows where we're going. So just kind of keep that in mind. I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of a video to go a little bit more in depth of what I do, what I've heard other people do. But yeah, just keep in mind, keep your consistent, whatever that may be. Read up on it. If you have any questions, absolutely feel free to ask me. I will answer them. If I don't have the answer, I will get the answer for you. I promise you, because I want to make sure that everyone is doing this as healthy as possible. I don't want you guys to feel sick or anything like that throughout the whole entire process, that's horrible. You're not supposed to feel that way. You're supposed to feel energized. You're supposed to feel better. You're supposed to feel less bloated. You're supposed to feel good. You're supposed to feel healthy. You're supposed to feel like, oh, sweet, I feel so good. I'm going to go ahead and go to the gym. I'm going to go ahead and do my toning workouts. I'm going to go ahead and do this and do that. And I'll get into that too in another video of what I do workout wise and all that stuff too. So you guys can kind of get that. I do Planet Fitness. I love them. Fantastic people that work there. If you're in the DFW area, Denton area, I'm just going to start going there. DFW area, they're fantastic. It doesn't matter which one I've gone to, by the way. They are awesome. So keep that in mind. I do toning at home personally, just because it's easier for me to make sure I stay on top of it. I do it in the mornings. I do toning, so I'll go ahead and throw some next video I'll start throwing some exercises that I do and stuff like that. I'm going to be doing other videos where I do compilations of best exercises that are going on right now, best exercises of for different body parts and stuff like that, just so you guys can keep going and keep healthy, keep strong, because diet is one thing, of course, but you also want to feel good, you want to feel strong, you want to feel better. So just keep on keeping on. Just, if you haven't even started yet, take this video in and really think about what is best for you, what works for your lifestyle. Like I said, keto is fantastic, but it just doesn't work for my lifestyle. Intermediate fasting works better for me. Watching what I eat works better for me with the IF. So that's kind of what I do. Yeah, that's kind of the end of this video, guys. So, guys, have a healthy, blessed day. Like I said, you have any questions, if you have me on any social media, go ahead and message me, or you can put some questions down at the bottom. I will go ahead and get to those as well. But yeah, all right, talk to you guys later. Peace.